Hello, everybody. This is Mo Elias. Today we are doing an introduction to the point of sale software for picture framing industry that me and my partner made, and I'm going to go over some of the points, and I'll go ahead and show you guys a quick demo afterwards. We're actually also live streaming this on Framers Only Instagram page, so if anybody is there, give us some thumbs up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead first. We're going to do a quick slideshow, and after the slideshow, we're going to go ahead and show you a demo of the app, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some questions if you guys have any questions at the time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the slideshow here, and there are some questions. All right, so let's see here. Up. Jeremy says hi. Okay, hey Jeremy, how's it going? Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go to page one. Okay, what is the company called? Somebody was asking. It's called Framing POS Inc. And we are incorporated in the state of New Jersey, and we are American based. Today we're going to show you a little bit of a beta launch. We'll go from there. Okay. So just a background about me, if you don't know, I own a couple of picture frame shop. One is in New York City called Big Apple Art Gallery and Framing. We're actually inside the Chrysler building. So if you want to come and visit me, you get to see the Chrysler building as well. And I also have a picture frame shop in New Jersey, and that's in Fairfield, New Jersey. I've been doing this since 1993. So I've been doing this for a good time. And we are we are a fine art picture framing store, but you get all the knickknack work all the time, right? Diplomas, poster certificates, and so on. So that's that. Why a new point of sale software? I've had one of the bigger point of sale softwares for a long time. Found another one that was much nicer. The owner and the person who was handling tech support were really wonderful people, so I signed up with them. And recently, they got sold out. And they got sold, and they sold to another company. And the other company is not honoring the fact that I bought a perpetual license. They're telling me that if I stop paying for subscriptions, my software is going to not work. It's a big problem. So I looked into other softwares. They did not meet my requirements. And I was talking to a friend who is also a software engineer. And we got to discuss what we're going to do. And here we are. So a new point of sale software, as far as I'm concerned, has developed. And right now, I'm going to try to make that available to the rest of the community. All right, let's go on to the next page. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Okay, we're going to talk about all the different things that I lined up here. And if you want to just take a quick look at it, I'm going to discuss these one at a time. Okay, and at the end, I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff. One of the cool features that we have is our Framing POS App Store. I'm going to show you guys how that works and how do you benefit from it. Okay, now let's go to the next slide. Okay, the first thing is that concerns anybody really, including myself, is if I switch point of sale software, what happens to my data? We can convert almost from any point of sale software, a modern one, to our platform, and that includes Framery, Lifesaver Desktop, Lifesaver Web, and a few others that are modern. As long as it's modern, it's not DOS based or anything like that, we should be able to convert it, no problem. And we can convert almost all the data, not just your work orders. So data, pricing, and so on. So I'm not going to say it. Well, all important data. How's that? Because there will be some embedded data that you're not going to be able to get, but yeah, including the pricing, we're going to be able to put that in there. Oh, Susan Bonnie is here. She says hi. Hi, Susan. Okay, so that's that. Where does it work? It works on any device that has a browser. Windows, Macs, iPads, iPhones, Android phones, Galaxy or whatnot, Android tablets. So if you have internet and you have a device that has internet, that has a desktop, it would work. It's not going to work on an Apple Watch, for example, but it's going to work on a lot of other places where you do have internet access in a browser. The interface, we made the interface very simple, and you will see, I like things simple. If you go to the Google homepage, type in google.com, you're going to see just a search box with a little logo of Google, and you're going to see that. And then, so we kept the interface very simple. For example, if you are a Lifesaver user, you're going to put in for Larson's 400 CS, you're going to put 400.lj, and if you don't remember what the .lj was for Larson, you're not going to figure this out, or if you didn't know, or if you didn't know if it was a prefix like in Lifesaver, you have to put in LJ 400CS. That would be another problem. So let's say you add another vendor. I don't know. You add Roma, for example. If you don't know what the prefix or the suffix is in either of these, it's not going to work. In our platform, you can put in LJ 400CS, or you can put in 400CS.lj, or you can also put 400CS. All that stuff will work for you. Okay. Oh, Lisa says hi. Hi, Lisa. How's it going? Jeremy's saying, is this a web-based program? Yes, this is a web-based program. Okay. Integration. So integration is very key for me. A lot of the apps that the 2 point-of-sale softwares that I used, they were very tightly closed up, no access to the data, some access to the data, but very difficult. We right now have integration to Google Calendar. We also have integration to QuickBooks, and we have integration to Square. But if you have other integrations, let's say somebody wants to integrate a Shopify, we can hook that up for you. Somebody wants to integrate a Slack, we can hook that up for you. You want to integrate with something else, I don't know, eBay, Amazon stores, whatever. We can integrate that for you. So this is a very modern app based on modern technology. So we can integrate with anything you want to integrate with. Actually, if anybody wants to see our website, the website is not finished. It's just I threw up some data in there. So the website is info.framingpos.com, info.framingpos.com. If you look at it at the top right hand of the screen, you will see that there. Okay. The software is made in USA, made by myself and my partner, who resides in Brooklyn. So we meet over Zoom, and sometimes we meet in person in Manhattan over lunch, and we discuss some of this stuff. Our service is run on US servers. This is not run on some overseas servers. So all US rules and data privacies apply. And also, you're not going to have a lag because our customers are going to be in America, and everything is run on American servers. We actually use Amazon's cloud service, AWS. So that is beneficial to us. And then again, we are a small business. Obviously, this is the inception. So we are a very small business, and we're not this big conglomerate company that has a whole bunch of other side hustle businesses. So there's that. Okay, there's another thing about why I had to come up with my own payment, my own life's point of sale software, right? We have no association with payment processors. You can pick your own payment processor. We use Square in the shop, so we have integration already with Square. But I don't know, you can use Bank of America, you can use whoever other point of sale software, and you don't have to be associated with a point of sale software associated with this company, with our company. So we're not going to call you to switch payment processors. I'm sure you guys get some of these calls that I also get from an unnamed point of sale software company that wants you to switch to their payment service. We don't do that. We have no association with those. So I'm sure that's going to be a relief. Square payments. So our shops, both of our shops, we use Square. So you can use our platform to accept payments using Square Terminal. You put in a work order, go an invoice, present the Square Terminal to your customer. They swipe their card or tap it or do whatever they got to do. The payment comes in, registers right into your system, and the payment gets completed. So you don't have to worry about missing a payment, putting the wrong digits, and so on. It's all integrated and it works great. Square Invoice. If you guys are familiar with Square, I'm sure most people who I speak to with are familiar. So you can, within our platform, you can click a couple of buttons, send an invoice directly to your customer via email. That would give them a link where they can click on it and they pay you directly. Once that payment comes through, it goes back to your point of sale system, marks it paid, so you don't have to track that stuff. Sometimes with the current situations that we're in, somebody pays a Square payment invoice link, and then we forget to mark it up, and there becomes a problem. This is automatic. Payment goes in, comes back to your system, and you don't have to worry about that. So we accept Square for in-person, and we accept Square for invoicing payment links. Now, if somebody has a different integration they'd like to use, let me know, and then we'll try to integrate that for you if there's enough interest. Okay. And when we get to the App Store, there'll be a cool, interesting integration that we are going to help with. Okay. Printing. We're going to have, this is not built. I put an asterisk here. We haven't finished that yet. So the printing will be built from the ground up. Right now, it's going to be a lot better than the current situation where you put in a work order and so on. So the printing will be put in from the ground up. I actually need feedback on this. And we'll talk about that in just a second when we get to the last point of these. Okay, framing POS App Store. This is a very interesting concept. I think it's going to be really good for the industry. So the way this works, you come in and you say, "Hey Mo, I got this interesting idea. I don't know. I have an idea to integrate with, let's call Slack, right? Let's say you're a Slack user. You say, I want to integrate with Slack, and I say, I don't know, man. It's a lot of work. And I don't know if there's enough users for this. Well, I'll give you money for it. Here's what it's going to cost. Here's what I need. Well, first thing you do is he's going to tell me, here's what I need done, right? Give me that in writing because it makes a big difference. Draw up some screenshots with pencil and show me it. We're going to come in. We're going to say, okay, this is what it's going to cost. We'll come up with a number and we'll make it happen. That becomes an app, right? Let's say, I don't know, Jane Smith, she comes up with her own app, right? So her app is integrate our platform with Slack. We'll integrate that, we'll make it happen, and then we'll put that in our Framing POS App Store. So now that becomes an app. Anybody else wants to use that app, they will hit buy now, which would be a subscription. They will pay a fee, and we'll come up with a fee. Maybe let's say $10 a month, right? The person who paid for the development of the app gets 40% of that cost. So let's say you get 10 people subscribe, you're gonna get $10. You're gonna get 10 times the $4, 40%. So you'll be making $40 from the app that you developed, and you would put that in there and then we get the rest because we're hosting it and we are developing it and maintaining it. So the App Store will be exciting. So in the App Store, you can make some revenue. If you have some ideas that you say, hey, this works, we'll develop it for you, and we'll have you generate revenue out of it if you like. Now, if you are looking to create some stuff that we think is going to be good for our entire community, we'll just make that for free and we'll make that available to everybody. But if you're coming up with some ideas that we're not sure, we'll make you pay for the development and we'll make it available in the App Store. And then if people are subscribing to your app, you'll get a revenue out of that. Okay. How does the beta work? Okay, so now we are taking some beta testers. So you join, and we're taking a very limited amount of people. You join for $99 and you get 6 months for free service. Okay, so you get free service 6 months beginning when you joined. You also get to join our private Facebook group. This is only for people who are in the beta, and we'll go over the development. We'll develop a roadmap of what things you'd like to see happen, what things you'd like to see changed. So you will have an influence in the direction of the development. The reason I made this, first I was going to make it for free. We were going to make it for free. The reason we made it money, because we want somebody to have some skin in the game. This way, if it's free, anybody would want to join. And then I don't know about the quality of the feedback that we'll be receiving. So this way, if you have some skin in the game and you spend some money, you're going to be able to join and give us some feedback that's going to further the development of software and also help your business. All right, let me see if there's any questions on Instagram. We are working on posting here. Actually, we are live on Instagram. Guys, if you're on Instagram, give us some likes because I do see some people here. Give us some likes. Now, we're going to go ahead and demo the software itself. So we are done with the slideshow. All right, good. If anybody's asking, my background, I just finished these yesterday. These are one of my favorite frames. I have a Randy Hess frame, hand painted, right over there. Randy Hess. This is an acrylic frame, and this is a solid hardwood walnut with splines, and this is a welded steel frame. That's a Chrysler building. That's where I work, Brooklyn Bridge. Me and my kids in Boston. Me and my wife, my mom and dad in Paris over there, and then that's a picture of me in the shop right there. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. So we're going to do a demo. Present. Share screen. Okay, we're sharing a screen here. Let's do the entire screen. All right. So we're going to go to the framing app now. So when you come in, you log in here. So you go to framingpos.com, you log in here. The first thing you're going to see a dashboard. Now, this dashboard right now is not active. This is a generic dashboard that we put up, but you will see some relevant data pertaining to your business. Okay. You can manage your staff here. You can add people. You can remove people. So we're trying to keep the software very simple, very uncomplicated. You're going to go to work order. There's 4 buttons right now. You're going to click on new work order. Okay. And we're going to say, okay, diploma, right? Let's not Jersey frame. Let's say Giants, Jersey. And we're going to say this is 32 by, nope, let's not do that. Let's call that 20 by 28, something like that. Okay. When you come to molding, there's several ways of putting the molding. Remember, we said no prefixes or suffixes. Let's say the 400 CS. 400 CS is this molding here, okay? This is Larson Silver Vienna, right? Now, we're going to go in here. We're going to put 400. We're going to put LJ. Let's capitalize LJ 400 CS, okay? This is how you would do it using Lifesaver, right? You're going to hit enter. 400. What did I do wrong? 400 CS. Oh, there you go. Okay. I don't know why it's not working, but it should work if I typed in LJ 400 CS. Right now, it's not working. It might work on decode. Let's try a different number, but that's a quick fix. DC 1000. Oh, it works. Okay, so there you go. So you're going to put in your molding here. That's your DC 1000. You can put it that way, or you can put it as this way. .dc. This is how you do it in Frame Ready. That works too. Okay. Or you can just put 1000. Enter, and you will get that. Okay. Now you're going to go in. Oh, you can do a stack frame. So let's say 400 CS. That's the Larson one. And you can continue adding more and more. As you add it, there'll be more frames. Okay, let's move these guys. You're going to go to your mat board. You're doing a 2-inch mat board, okay? Even all around. And let's use a Crescent 9502. That's your top mat. And I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to give me my mat here. This is your reveal. You can change that. Let's see, your bottom mat is going to be 9508, something like that, okay? Hit enter. That's my bottom mat. And you can change the reveal to I don't know, 1 inch, let's call that. Okay, you go to glazing, you're going to click here, you're going to pick your glazing here. I don't know, let's go crazy. Let's pick museum glass. Okay, so the pricing comes out to $270. Okay, now you can add some miscellaneous work. I don't know, stitching or something. You're going to say, okay, that's going to cost you $125. Add that. That'll add to your cost. You can apply a discount. You can apply a discount in pricing. You can apply a discount in percentage, 10%, $10. Or you're going to say, you know what, we have a special on these things. And all our jerseys with the museum glass, with 2 mats, going to cost you, let's call that $450, right? So you're going to put that. That locks your price at $450. You're good to go. Now, I'm going to show you guys something cool, okay? So let me switch over to Google Calendar, this integration. You're going to like this integration a lot. So Google Calendar is open in this browser. All right, so let's say today is the 10th. This is Google Calendar. So you can have this on your phones, on your desktop, on your laptop, iPad, whatever, okay? 24th, you see there's nothing there, right? Nothing here, right? So I'm going to put down on the 24th. Let's go back into our software. I'm going to put it at 24th, okay? There you go. Now, you have priority. So if something must finish, I'm going to give that a high priority. Something could finish, I'm going to put the low priority. So when you're working, sometimes you're behind, you decide which ones to finish. From here, you can see. Now, each one has colors, and that will translate into each low, normal, or high priority. It's going to translate in Google Calendar. How are you going to see that? I'm going to call that high. That will be there, okay? 1024. I'm going to hit save. All right, excuse me. All right, so now let's go back to our calendar. Let's take a look. 1024, that was the work order that got added, okay? And we added the work order on 1024. Now, here's the link here. Now, I'm not logged in on this browser, but if you're working on this, you're going to click on this and copy the link, but you could just open this here. For now, this will not open because I'm not logged in. But if you click on it, that will take you back to our page where this is, where actually it will take you exactly to this page. Because I'm using 2 different browsers, I have to log in into my own account, and that's the test email. It will bring you back here, and you can say, you know what, let's change it. I don't want it to be high priority. I want it to be low priority, and I want to change it to 1025. Update. Okay. Now, let's go back to the browser here. Oh, that hasn't updated yet. Oh, maybe it wasn't finished. So this, once it updates, is going to go on. Let me stop it. Update here. This is going to update the Google Calendar to show the 25th. Okay. Now, how do you add this to your invoice? If I create a new invoice, there was a button that I missed that says save and add to invoice. Let's just go to this invoice, for example, here. You go to create invoice. Okay, I already saved that. And we're going to come in. Let's pick a customer from this list. I made this up. And we're going to come in, add this work order here. This is the Giants jersey. And then now we're going to come into payment. When you go and you have integrated with Square, right now we're not integrated with Square. We're integrated, we're not connected to Square. So if I went here, I go there. You put your taxes and so on here. You go to integration, and then you connect on with Square. You sign in, and then this will show a Square payment. You put in the amount you want to charge. So that's for now. We're just going to say you're going to charge with Amex. Click save. There you go. That's your invoice. Okay. Product. We have most of the products. I went to their catalogs. We downloaded the Excel sheets and so on, and we updated them. So most of the stuff is current. But if you are a vendor, we like for you to reach out to us, and we'll go ahead and put us on your email list. You will see our email list at the top, contact@framingpos.com. Put us on the contact list, and we'll update your product. There'll be no charge, no problems, no issues. So this is your product here. Your pricing works here. This is your default pricing. And then there's a whole bunch of ways of you marking up your pricing. These are my vendors right now, my molding vendors. Okay. But we can add pretty much any vendor who has the data that we can add for you over here. If I go to products again, I go to mat boards. Same idea. We have all the big mat board providers, Arctic, Bainbridge, Crescent, Larson's, RT, Omegas, Mats, and Ryzens. Pricing, again, pricing has several options, okay? And customers. So that's part of your customers. You can come in and you manage your customers and so on from here. Okay, so this is the end of the demo on my end. I'm going to go and see if there are any questions here. Let's see here. Okay, so let me stop this part. Okay, so Jeremy said this is a web-based program. I answered that. Yes. Can a customer get in? A customer cannot get in. Customer can place an order with you and you would enter information in there. But if you have an idea of how a customer get in and do something beneficial to your business, let me know and I'll be happy to add that. Okay, so let's see here. Jeremy, can I add more? Can you add more than one miscellaneous charge? Add a description. Yes, you could add all that. Okay, let's see what else. All right, so what are the markup calculations? There's a whole bunch of markup calculations. Once you join in, you're going to be able to see all that stuff. So you'll be happy to do it. How is this material handled? How are discontinued material handled and updated? It's going to be just like the current point of sale system. It's going to be discontinued. It would let you still sell it if you have stuff in your store. So there are some stuff that we buy as discontinued. What I recommend is if you have something in stock, you copy that product and make it a store product. So your store will be able to sell that unlimited, because if the vendor marks it up as discontinued, it's one thing, but if they mark it up as zero, we're going to catch that. If they put zero, we're not going to allow vendors to mark up something as zero. But we generally like you to just put it in as a store inventory, so you will be the vendor. So you're from Lucky Rabbit Custom Framing. Lucky Rabbit Custom Framing will be the vendor for that molding, and this way there will be no updates, because Lucky Rabbit doesn't update it discontinued. You'll be good to go. So I guess there's a spot for customers and company information. Oh, yes. There's a spot you can put in the customer's information and so on. One thing I forgot to show you guys, which I'm going to go back and see if I can show that, how that works. Let me see. Let me take some questions and I'll go back and show the invoice demo again. If we keep this simple, I don't need visual. Susan, we don't have visualization. I have the code for visualization. When I had the Frame Me app, we created a visualization software. So we do have that available. If there's a need for it, if there's a request, we'll add that on. But I don't think right now the visualization is a big strategy, at least for us, that we want to implement. But we have the code. So if we could implement that fairly quickly, but right now we are not focusing on that. Let's see here. Thank you for making an effort to an industry. One question I have is, where within the work order do you identify any mounting methods? I'm sorry, I just didn't notice that it was there. We'll be happy to add that, mounting methods, hardware used, and so on. So this part right now is not there, but we will add it. Yeah, that's a good catch. All right. Let's see here. Will the markup include surcharge for freight charges? Now, this is a good question. We could figure that out. I think we need cooperation from the vendors. Jeremy, look, if you buy in length, maybe we'll calculate the average box from the vendor. It's going to be approximate, but it'll probably get you a very close estimate. If you buy in a joint frame from Braun Definement, for example, we can figure out the exterior size, add some cushioning, add a box size, estimate approximate weight. Frames generally ship empty, but generally you pay for the volume. We can get a price for you, published rate from UPS. That should give you a very close rate. So we couldn't add that if that's a requirement. We will work with our beta testers. If you're a beta tester, we'll work with you and see what things you need added. If there are too many general questions, I don't think we can chase after each one. But if you're a beta tester and you say, hey, look, there's 50 beta testers and 15 of them or 20 of them want to add this feature, we'll be happy to add it. How does it integrate with QuickBooks? Do you need the cloud version? Right now, yes, you will have to integrate with QuickBooks Clouds. I myself am a QuickBooks Desktop user. I just switched last week because they made my subscription renewal $1,000. It's just too much money, and the cloud is going to be $1,000 a year for the desktop version. So they're just making it so pricey that I cannot stay. So I'll just go ahead and go over there. All right, let's see here. I'm going to show you guys another demo of the invoice that had the that I forgot to show something about that. So if you go to invoice, all invoices will have a specific ship to address. So if you have a corporate client, let's say you frame for Disney, right? And Disney wants to ship a bunch of frames to their California location. You're going to click on shipping address and you put in that California address. Each invoice is going to have a specific ship to address. It's not fixed per customer, it's fixed per invoice, if that makes sense. So if you have a Disney account and Disney wants stuff shipped one day to their California store, one day to their New Jersey store, one day to their Alabama store, you put in the shipping address here, and it'll be specific to that invoice, and then that will take you to that. Then you can ship it to that store. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. UPS and FedEx have pricing. Other companies like eBay and etc. There's something you can do. We could definitely use that. We can integrate with UPS. Right now, our store actually has its own app. We ship UPS and FedEx directly from the invoice, so it should be easy to integrate. I just have to find out a little bit more information about the vendors. Our software is going to be ad supported, and if anybody noticed any ads in the work orders, that's good. But if you didn't see it, I'm going to show you that in just a minute. So if you're a vendor, send us an email at contact@framing POS so you can advertise your wares in there. Let's see here. I've got, can labor be tax exempt from sales tax and recorded separately in Square? Christina, I'm not sure separately in Square. So the Square, so I consider Square just a charging system. So our invoicing is going to let you separate each line item that's taxed and not taxed. So there's a box I will show you in just a second that you can tick that says taxed or not taxed. But I don't know how to separate that in Square. I don't think we want to get involved there. We can go to the Framing POS App Store and supply and add an app if you like. But I will show you how you can make something as taxable and something as not taxable, and labor and such. I will show you that in just a second. Let's see here. Church online ordering. So online ordering, we don't have that available today. We do have the code from my previous application. We don't want to focus on that right now. But listen, if you're a beta user and a bunch of beta users want to have online ordering, we can kind of quickly put that in. We have the code and we can integrate that fairly quickly. So you can upload a picture, frame it, or just look at some different frame options and then click a button. The store gets a work order as an estimate, and then the store gets to call the client and say, hey, look, this is what it costs, and this is how things work out here, and go about there. Let me go and show Lisa, who was it here? I think Christina H. Frame, I think it's Christina. Let me go here. Let me take another question and I'll go to the demo again. What if a customer is placing an order for framing and also wants to purchase a print that we're selling? How can we add a non-framing? Perfect. I'm going to show both of these in a second. Susan Bonnie says, for online ordering, I could put that on my website. Susan, yes, you could. I don't have that feature, but I can turn it on. If you're a beta user and there's enough beta users who want that, I can turn it on. That's fairly easy to answer. I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to show how this works, and I'm going to show how that works, both of these questions. I'm looking at Instagram, see if any questions on Instagram. Okay, don't have any questions. There's a question. Can you add a specific button for miscellaneous charges, glass spaces, shadow box, extra labor, creative art, and framing? Yes, you could. The framing shop, Morgan City, because it's web-based, that means if I lose internet, I lose access to the point of sale. Yes, because it's web-based, you will lose all that. That is exactly right. Is there a button for miscellaneous charges? Right now, I don't have that button, but that button will be added very quickly. Okay, so let me go to the demo, show you guys how you can exclude some items. Okay, I'm in the invoice part here. So let's say somebody bought a poster, cool, vivid poster, right? You want to add one piece, and you're going to add it for $120. And if you want that item to be tax exempt, you click that. Okay, I'm going to add a second item. Let's say somebody wants a I don't know, scented candles. This one is also, well, this one is not tax exempt, and they bought a bunch of those, and those are, I don't know, $12. So I'm going to add $12 here, and then that would add up my total. Now, when I send this payment to Square, I'm sending $626 in total to Square to charge. I don't know how one would separate that using Square Terminal, but if there's a way of itemizing these, maybe we could do that. But right now, what we're doing is we are sending $626.09 to the Square Terminal. So let's assume this is the Square Terminal. The customer takes in, use a chip or swipe the card or whatever, and then that would charge and come back into our app and add it. If there's a way of adding that, we could do this programmatically. But Christina, here's how you tax exempt a line or two from there. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if there's any more questions. Are you up and ready for us to try this right now? Yes, you joined the you message me, or you send an email to if you're on Facebook or Instagram, message me, or send an email to contact@framingpos.com. You see that at the bottom left, the little scrolling blue thing, and then we'll send you a special link. We're trying to limit this to not too many people, so we can grow this and not have too many issues with too many people, if that makes sense. Let me go back to Instagram here as what base. Okay. All right. So this is the end of the demo. And if anybody has any other questions, email me or even go on YouTube, and at the bottom of YouTube or at the bottom of the Instagram video, put in your questions and I'll be happy to answer them all. All right, guys. Have a good one.